Doilies aren't just for your grandmother anymore. Hey besties, this is Lisa. Welcome or welcome back. If you want to craft your best life with me, let's get started right now. For this Dollar Tree doily hack, I've got this gorgeous little canister from the Dollar Tree. It is so beautiful with that crystal looking top. And I've got a small doily, which comes in that packet with so many different sizes. I'm going to draw some lines to create what will become angel wings. We're going to make the most beautiful little angel. And I'm just going to cut those pieces out, and I'm going to leave a little strip in the middle so that I have something to attach the wings to the glass canister with. This is such an easy project. So now I'm just going to take some Beacon Fabric Tack glue. I decided not to use hot glue because I didn't want it to get clumpy. And I'm going to put some of the glue on the doily, and I'm just going to attach it to that base of the little canister. This has got to be one of the easiest. You could do this with kids or grandkids. It's that easy. Just going to press that on there, and then I'm going to take this gold and white twine that I got at Target a long time ago, and I'm just going to wrap it around that base, and I'm going to make a cute little shoestring bow. This is so easy. I know I've already said that, but it's ridiculous just how easy it is, and it's really very beautiful. I'm kind of adjusting my bow here because when you first make one, it's never the exact size you wanted it to be. And I'm going to make sure that the tails that are hanging kind of nice and flat, so I pulled it underneath the little part that's tied around. Now I'm going to add just a little dot of glue to hold that bow right in the center there. Then I'm just going to trim off the excess on the bottom of the tails. I do want it to hang down. And you know what? That is it. That's just how easy this one is, and I think it came out beautiful, and it took just minutes to make. Let me know what you think. Every change has a reason. Baby, let it come to you. For this Dollar Tree doily hack, I'm going to take 6 doilies, and then I've got this beautiful scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby. And first I'm going to take this twine, and I'm going to make loops on each end. That way we're going to make a cute little banner garland, and I want to make sure I have little loops to hang it with. So we're going to take the smaller size doily, I'm going to separate them, and I'm going to fold them in half. This is such an easy way to make a cute little garland, banner, whatever you want to call it. I love this concept. There's so many different things you could do with it. This one was with the scrapbook paper, but I think there are just tons of ideas you could do with this. So the way I'm going to put it on here is I'm just going to fold it in half and then slide the twine into the center. So I'm just kind of positioning them now to see. I ended up with 6 of them. Now I'm going to figure out how I can get these pieces of scrapbook paper to be the size of that little kind of half circle. So I realized there's little holes in the doily. So if I just go around them with my pencil and just kind of put a dot in each of the holes where I want on the scrapbook paper, it is the perfect size and I can just cut it out. So I cut the first one, and then I'm going to use it as a template to cut all 6 of my pieces. And I just want to make sure it looks right. So I'm just kind of placing it there. Look at that gorgeous scrapbook paper. So I'll just do the same thing with the other ones till I get 6. I'm going to do 2 of each of the scrapbook papers that I chose. So there they are, all cut out. So now what I'm going to do is find the center of my twine. And then I'm just going to set my scissors there so I don't forget where it is. And then I'll put 3 of the doilies on each side, and I'll add a little hot glue inside, attach it, and then I'll put a little dot of hot glue on the bottom so the bottom is also attached. And I'll do that for all 6 of these. You don't have to use hot glue, by the way. You could use tacky glue, whatever you want. I just happen to have my hot glue out and ready to go, and you really can't tell the difference. So there they are, all attached now. I'm going to use some Elmer's glue. I've finally got the kind that shows purple until when it dries, it's clear. I love it because now I can see where I put the glue. I've been wanting to get this for so long, and there was a sale, so I grabbed it. I'm so excited. The little things, right? When you're a crafter, little things. Anyway, I've attached them all now. I used my brayer to make sure they were laying nice and flat. And I think this is such a beautiful spring banner. You can hang it anywhere. It's going to hang by my coffee bar. And I love how it turned out. It just makes me smile. Let me know what you think. For this Dollar Tree doily hack, I'm going to use 2 of the smaller doilies. And then I've got this book. It's my husband's. And he said that I could make a cover for it or I could change the cover of it. I'm going to clean it off with some alcohol just to make sure it's not dirty. It's old and it's been sitting in a cupboard for quite a while. Now I'm going to take my Amy Howard at Home paint. It's like an off-white. And I'm going to give the whole book 2 coats, but I'm just going to start with the top for right now to show you how this is going to work. And there I am adding my second coat. Now I'm going to turn the book up, standing up like that on its ends, and then I will finish painting the rest of it. So I'm going to take one of those doilies and I'm going to kind of half it on the bottom side there and use Mod Podge and attach it. What we're just doing is creating a beautiful, what would be like the cover of the book, so that if you want to have it sitting out as decor, you can, regardless of what the book is. So I'm going to cover it with Mod Podge as well, very generously, because I want to make sure it lays very flat. It's really the texture that we're going for more than anything here with the doily. I'm going to cover the whole thing with the Mod Podge as well. And now I'm going to do the binding of the book and the back as well. Same exact thing. It's always easier if you do this in sections when you're decoupaging. Now I'm going to take another one of those doilies and I'm going to water down a foam brush and use a little bit of the Cashew Waverly chalk paint. Just kind of dab on there. I want this to look worn. You could also use tea, by the way. I just thought this would be fast and easy, so that's what I did. And then I just dried it off. And it gives it that kind of distressed look. And I am going to add that one to the upper right top of the front of the book. So we'll add our Mod Podge. Then we'll put down our doily. And I didn't use my brayer because I didn't want the glue that would come through those holes to get all over the brayer. So this is such a thin thing, you can just use your brush to push it down. So that's what I did. So now I'm just covering the top of it with more of the Mod Podge so that it's nice and sealed. So now what I'm going to do is cut the edges, but I'm going to leave a little bit so I can tuck it around the edge of the book. And then I'll take the Mod Podge and go in underneath and then over the top and just push it over until it stays. And then I kind of pushed it a little bit with my hand just to make sure there were no air bubbles. And then I added just a little bit of paint around the edges and that's it. It's so pretty, and you could put this on a shelf and it would just give it such a nice little antique look. And it could be any book you want, to be honest with you. Would you try this? For this Dollar Tree doily hack, I've got this cute little, it's not a mason jar, but it's like a little jar. And then I've got this pink burlap that I had already glued like a sleeve for one of these. So I thought I'll just use it because I already had it. And now I'm just going to attach it to the glass. I'm going to cut most of that beautiful lace edge off of the doily. I'm going to leave just a little in there because I don't need that big of a piece. And then I'm going to take that piece I cut off and I'm going to wrap it around. It's almost like giving it a little skirt. And I'm going to start hot gluing it around. And because it doesn't go around perfectly flat, I wanted it to have like little ruffles, if you will. So I just kind of let it lift up and then put another piece down, let it lift up. And I just love the effect this has. It's just so, so cute. And this is just paper. You could do this with a cloth doily as well. And when I get to the end, I will just attach it, cut off any excess, and then make sure that the pieces are attached to each other with the hot glue. And you could use any kind of glue for this as well. Now I'm going to take what was left of that piece that I was using, and I'm just going to roll it around itself, and I'm going to create a little rose with it. So I made it a little tight, then I loosened it, and then I'm going to glue it to itself, and then I'm going to trim the bottom, and then I have to glue it again because I wasn't sure exactly how this would work. I was just going to play with it until it looked the way I wanted. So I'm going to take these beautiful flowers that I got, I believe from Dollar Tree a while back. I'm going to trim off the stems. And then I'm going to take a leaf from another pick, and I'm going to attach it right to this burlap here on the front of my little jar. Then I'm going to make my little rose even a little flatter because it was going to stick out way too much the way I had it. And I'm going to hot glue it right to that leaf, and I'm going to add one more leaf right next to it. I thought that was so pretty. What a neat way to use the doily, not just as the little skirt, but to create this flower. Next, I'm going to take some Spanish moss, and I had some little sticks in there, and I thought anything I could just to kind of fill this up, because I don't really want to see those stems from the flowers I'm going to use. And then I will stick them in there, and just, this is so beautiful. I love the colors of these little flowers, and the leaves are really cool too. They're not like your regular leaves that are kind of shorter. These are just so pretty, and look at that. This was so easy to make, and it's beautiful. I mean, it's just so cheery and bright, and it makes me think of spring. How about you? Ready for more inspiration? Here's another video I think you'll really like. If you click on it, I will see you there. You are truly a blessing to me. Bye!